can you explain to viewers the difference between the music industry? Because when you come into this, you have a very great relationship with your brother, and I'm sure with Teddy and with everybody. But what we're finding out that there's something about the industry that just, and it's almost like if you've ever watched Lord of the Rings, that you put on the ring and you become a very different person, and you don't, and only when you come out like, my goodness, what happened to me? Because a lot of it's almost as if it's like everyone has this sense that if we don't take, we'll lose out and stuff. But it's not intentional, but it can, I won't say corrupt. But did you find, is there anything there that you could just share? I mean, not details, but just did you notice that it could change you in some ways that even close people could just be almost apart without realizing?
Well, it didn't change me at all. The industry didn't change me a bit. I might have got more famous. I might have got more wild. I started cussing, but that's not industry. That's choices I made. You know what I'm saying? The industry chooses to stay on a certain narrative that was painted to make one or some of a group or a person bigger or smaller than they want them to be. And literally, you can't trust the industry. The industry isn't shit. That's why, nowadays everything is so beautiful. You can do your own thing and control your own platform, and you ain't really got to rely on the record companies no more with social media and NFT and all this other stuff that's going on. You don't really need them anymore, right? And I think when the record company goes, oh, Teddy Riley created Guy, and it's Teddy Riley featuring Guy. When they started doing that shit, the writing was on the wall.
Is that with the Do the Right Thing album that they had, My Fantasy? I was very surprised there was Ted Riley featuring Guy, but he sang the first verse, Aaron sang the second. You're all in there. Was that what you meant, that they were pushing one over the other?
Well, at the end of the day, you can't feature a member of a group. That's the dumbest shit on the fucking planet. You can't say New Edition featuring Ralph Tresvant. That is the dumbest shit ever. I don't care what nobody think or say. Yeah. Like once you start doing that, you're putting a wedge between a group, because mentally, if you are weak-minded mentally in any capacity, it might not be your fault. It just might be the fact that you so entangled in the business industry that you get caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like people always say, how's your relationship with Ted? I don't blame Ted for anything, because Ted didn't do shit to me. He did absolutely nothing to me. What he did is did shit to himself that affected us. And when you allow people to make you feel you're better than the people that you started with, forget Kids at Work. But Guy is what made Teddy into this known individual he is. And then his music speaks for itself, right? But you can't separate Teddy. You wouldn't even know Teddy like that if it wasn't for Guy. And you got to give credence to that, to my brother and Timmy Gatlin. You have to. Yeah. And if you don't, then you living in that bullshit ass world they want you to live in. That's, it's like, oh my God, COVID is taking over the world. It's like, if you living in that and you believing in that, and that's making you not see your family, then you the dumbass on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here, man. Excuse me, I hope I can say that on your show, but at the end of the day, it's real. Like family has to remain family, and at a certain age, you can't blame nobody else. You got to blame yourself. Yeah. You have to look at yourself and blame yourself. Me, and I'll tell you, you have to say, why did I let this go so far? Why did this happen? Why did I? You gotta blame yourself. You can't point the finger at somebody all the time. So I don't blame Teddy for nothing. I don't blame Aaron for nothing. I blame myself for taking a lot out of my life, put it into a brand at times that really didn't want to be embraced.
Yeah.
But because I got caught up in the brand, I got caught up in we should be better than what we are because we are greater than what we are acting like.
Yeah.
Better than what we are because we are greater than what we acting like. Why on earth don't you see the fact that when we are together, that's what makes everybody go, oh wow, they go Aaron, Damion, Teddy, boom, 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 boom. You can still do your individual stuff. You can still do your Aaron Hall album, Damion Hall album, Black Street record, Teddy Riley featuring friends. I don't care. But you never forget your core. That's the thing that artists on all genres sometimes forget. They let the money and the fame get to their head, and then they on drugs. They got dumbasses around them that's not holding them accountable.
Yeah.
They're just letting them do, and they know they're doing well. I should tell them to stop, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I might lose my job, or he might not let me come with him anymore, or she might not talk to me anymore. Get the fuck out of here. You gotta really, this industry is not meant for you to be a star. If you believe in that, something is wrong. This industry is meant to eat you up. You gotta know that God made you to be something special more than the music. He allowed the music to embrace you and for you to become the music. And because of that, the world embraces you if you get to that position.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, I just went there.
No, but you know what you're saying is even athletes and actors, it is very hard when you get all this adoration and I have no idea what it's like to have thousands of people shouting my name and screaming and stuff, to not feel that you are bigger than able to walk on water. And so I think we're understanding that it is an industry that divides and conquers. And we saw the New Edition stuff and was like, wow, we didn't realize how they all felt. But one thing about them is that they did come back and continue. Strangely enough, they are viewed as the biggest band in the last 40 years, not because of the music they've did, but because they went away, did stuff, came back, and became bigger for that and stuff. And which is where a lot of Guy fans were disappointed that we never saw that sense of, okay, we've all gone out and let's come back in.
Well, I have to go against that. Okay. Because you got the first album, and then we got the second album, and y'all was totally ecstatic. Then we broke up for 10 years, literally 10 years, and came back with the Guy 3 album. Then we broke up, came back. That's when people should have started getting like, damn, right? Like between that 90, 2000 period, we left a lot of money on the table, and who knew where we could have been if we stayed together. That's the sorrow right there, right? That's the sorrow. But here's the added plus for Guy. What group 2 albums, lived a whole 33 going on 34-year career on just 2 albums, of which every song on both albums, outside of, for me, A Business, you love and you stand up. And yet in 2019, we still was headline, and we've never not headlined. And when we didn't headline, we co-headline.
Yeah.
So, and you're talking about off of 2 albums. Everybody else that did shows got 3, 4, 5, 6 albums, but they're still only doing 1 album worth of material.
Yeah.
We never did all of our material on stage. If we did all of our material, the world would go crazy. The sorrow of us is that we never gave the world, these countries, Africa, New Zealand, Germany.
Yeah, even the UK, yeah.
Spain, we never gave them God. And so the fact that after all these years, they still respect us and still want to see us and still listen to the music or even still play the music, that's the blessing. That's the thing that keeps my heart beating and going. Yo, don't give up, D. Do what you have to do, because people still love you. They still love Aaron. They still love Teddy. Yeah. And because of that, they're giving us opportunity to still be around. It's like, oh, he's still there? It's like, we're still there because they giving us the opportunity. Y'all are giving us the opportunity to still be around when we didn't give ourselves the opportunity to be greater than what we really could be. Yeah. Like, I'm in shock sometimes. I'm like, damn, people love Guy like that. Yeah. And then I say, yeah, they should. Then I go, why? Because your music is the shit. Yeah, that's true. But we ain't respect ourselves enough to let them know that we love ourselves enough to continue to love them, so that they can see us.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't. But man, thank God they do. And I thank you all. I thank everybody for still remembering that time when Gumi first started, still remembering what I like and Piece of My Love and Goodbye Love did for them. Still remembering that there's 3 people who truly love each other and who made a lot of wrong mental decisions, and y'all still give us the opportunity to be around an industry that is, as far as I'm concerned, convoluted by a bunch of mess.
Yeah.
And yet and still, you keep us here. That's because of y'all. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, to press the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do have a new interview. Loads to come, but thanks a lot for watching.